3.
Did you cough on my dog?
Yeah.
And with that, hello.
Just start with, did you cough on my dog? Hello.
3, 2.
No, we're starting with, did you cough on my dog? Continue, Lyle.
No.
Yes, and. Keep it going.
Yeah.
No. No, but.
Butt, boob, butt,
No, no,
butthole.
Butthole.
Mic test butthole.
No, Bookie!
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Homeroom Heroes. My name is Lyle. I'm going to be your game master for this Dark Places and Demogorgons playthrough from Bloat Games. On my right, we are joined with...
Xander. My dog was coughed on.
Violently coughed on.
By several people.
And Rhys.
She loose.
The loose dog.
And on my left is...
Rhys. You just said.
Said it.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I didn't hear you.
The initial dog cougher.
Oh, jeez. The one who started it all. So a lot of things happened last episode. We had a really violent basketball game. Like it was pretty eventful.
Blood was spilt.
Yeah. So basically,
Hands were dropped.
after the
In that order.
after the basketball game, what brought it to its climax is that Harold successfully ripped Xander's gym shorts, causing them to drop, causing Xander to have a pretty severe. I would say it's pretty severe, right? Panic attack.
It's yeah.
It was pretty severe.
He was crippled by it. He was on the floor.
Yeah, it was a crippling
Yeah.
anxiety attack.
Okay, so it's pretty pretty
At
bad.
this time, I don't have a hat on.
Also.
And Rhys is in the bathroom,
Yeah.
staunching his bloody nose. How did you get that bloody nose in the first place?
I got elbowed in the face, but that was after I threw a basketball at my own face.
Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay. And then Harold witnessed all these things happen kind of at the same time, didn't want to be blamed for it, so he pieced out. So the bell did ring when this all kind of happened. So Harold's been gone for about a minute or so. Xander's on the floor recovering, and Rhys is still freshly in the bathroom trying to stop things from happening. I'm going to say Harold has been gone for long enough for him to heal his one time per day. And with the 1d4, he gets 3 health for a total of 4 health now, so he's no longer critical HP.
Again.
As he always is.
Oh, a good bully.
He lives like on the edge.
And so yeah, he is nowhere to be found. We don't know where he is. Let's go ahead and start with. Do we want to start with? Let's start with Xander. Xander, what's going on? I would like for you, because we are in. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and see if we could go ahead and roll a Constitution for right now. I'm going to set the Constitution at. You say it's pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to set this Constitution at 15.
Okay. So
if you beat 15, you're not immediately better, but you have a grasp on what's going on.
Okay.
But as of right now, you're basically dying.
Wouldn't this be like a mental saving throw?
Well, I mean, Constitution is overall health and toughness, so it's like, yeah.
Is it? Wait, what else?
I'm gonna say you have to roll 15 or higher to get out of it.
Okay. 4.
Okay, so Xander's still in the thick of it. Kids, because the bell rang, kids are kind of going out. Which you find weird, because if there's a kid having a panic attack on the floor, you would think that
at least one person would be
help.
like, yeah.
You guys have been going to the school for a long time. Everyone knows Xander has this really big problem with crowds, and the only reason why Xander hasn't been having panic attacks left and right is because he kind of has, but it's been 8 years. So you're basically used to this like these same kids in this school.
Yeah.
Because it is a junior high, local junior high. Everyone that goes to the junior high basically lives in the town that's like that's lining it, like you guys do in your cul-de-sacs and stuff. How you guys are like right there. So basically, all the kids in town are right there as well. So your overall familiarity with everybody kind of subdues the the anxiety. But this basketball game, so you're like running around, your heart's pumping, and Harold declothing you again for the second time. And also, if anyone's asking for the first time, Xander, Rhys, Harold, and the groundskeeper were the only like 3-4 people in campus, along with the principal. That's the reason why you were fine walking around shirtless.
Okay.
Because there's only like
That
those
makes sense.
people around, and it's
Yeah,
like if the whole school was there, then obviously it'd be like but like right now it's pretty debilitating because you have no pants and you're having
That's worse than the shirt.
Yeah, that is much worse than a shirt.
Yes, exactly. And then also you're on the floor having this panic attack, and people who are kind of concerned are like, oh, he's having one of those again.
Mm.
So they kind of go by. I'm going to roll a perception for our gym teacher, which
Okay.
who's currently unnamed. I don't have a name for him yet. I'll figure that out later.
I thought you said one.
Did I?
I feel like you said one at one point.
Did I write one down? I didn't write one down. So therefore, he's nameless because I don't have a name for him.
Gillian.
Mr. Dillian.
Gillian.
Mr. Gillian.
I don't know.
Gym teacher.
Oh, there it is.
Jim Gillian.
Ah,
Jim the gym teacher.
Mr. Gillian. So let's go see if Mr. Gillian is aware of your points.
Okay.
it finally comes out.
He's
Yeah.
still watching like his little like TV with the antenna on it inside his
Little
office.
Magnavox over there.
Yeah, his little Magnavox like thing. His door is slightly cracked open, but not enough for him to care.
Okay.
And he does not care.
Cool. the period ends. He has another one coming. He's still just like
Yeah, he doesn't. Well, I mean, the thing is as according to our schedule, lunch is starting like now.
Oh, actually.
So he's just like, oh, I don't have to do anything. He has his lunch right there. So
Yeah.
I think what he does is that he's like, oh, he realizes he's hungry, and then he
Yeah.
goes and grabs his sack lunch.
Okay.
And
He's
so
the locker room though, isn't he? Wouldn't his office be in the locker room?
so how I have it is that the gym
Hmm.
is like the multi-purpose room. It has like a couple of those like metal. I think I described this last episode too, but it has a couple of those metal bleachers that are like really cheap. It has that big space. It has like the basketball courts on it that like because it's small, so that way the backboards are on the walls. I think I described this before. In a set of 2 sets of double doors, one for girls, one for boys. Obviously, is the 2 locker rooms attached to those are the bathrooms, and then his office is gonna be on one of the walls.
Okay.
And it's just a little tiny like office thing. It's also like on that wall is like where the trophies are as well, I would say. And then right next to his office on the opposing wall. So we have on one side all the locker rooms and bathrooms. On one of the sides is his office with like trophies, and then on the opposite side of the locker rooms is going to be like another janitor's closet. And then obviously on the last side that is undefined is where the doors are.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So he has his door propped open, but he's like not in view.
Okay.
Like he's not looking out of his door.
Yeah.
He doesn't really know what's happening. And then Xander, you're kind of in the middle of the court, just trying to figure out life. So we'll go over to Rhys. Let's go ahead and see, and let's roll your Constitution. I'm also gonna set this. You got knocked in the face, so it's a pretty bad. Like it's also pretty bad for you as well. Nosebleeds. Do you have any aversion to blood?
No.
Okay. So you're just like
Yeah, I'm just like, oh man.
So I'm also gonna set this at 15 for you because I think this is equally bad for you on your side. As well.
Yeah, it was an elbow to the nose.
What was it?
Also a 4.
Okay, I was like, please
Nice.
don't crit fail. I'm not prepared for this.
No, it was just spinning nonstop. It was just like perfectly on its edge, and I was like,
Okay, so you're trying to get the like trying to stop it. I would say you've gone through like 4 or 5 bunches of toilet paper, and you're just kind of like.
I'm more waiting for it to stop than trying to stop it.
Well, are you? So when you burst into the bathroom, what did you do?
I went over, got some tissue paper, maybe started to wash off at the sink some of the blood, and then just start
Okay.
stopping it.
You're like you're throwing away these bunches of tissue paper, and then you're kind of just leaning over, and it's just dripping. It's not stopping.
Yeah.
I would like to say that this is the point that Harold doubles back.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Because the thing is that he does it when he comes back through because there's a way to get out of the locker room area, obviously.
Yeah.
That's also part of the outside. So he manages to go in even though those doors are supposed to be locked. I think it's just kids are just going out of it, so that way he was just able to slip in. And Harold does this pretty much every day after gym class. Every day of class every day of school that there is, he heads over to the locker rooms after gym class just to look through and see if there's anyone that left anything, so he could take it. So he's in the locker room right now, trying to steal things. And then Brandon, let's go ahead and roll a perception check. And then let's add your wisdom modifier on that.
That's gonna be nothing. So 14.
14. Okay, so you hear someone outside.
Okay.
Obviously, you don't know it's him because you haven't seen him, but you do hear someone in the locker room.
Yeah.
What do you do?
My first thought would probably be I hope no one comes in and just sees me pouring all this blood.
Gushing.
I'm gonna say I'm a little embarrassed by it, so I just go into one of the bathroom stalls and just keep
Okay.
keep trying to put.
Do you just leave? Do you just leave the sink all
closed? Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, I hear someone kind of outside, so I'm not sure if they're coming in. So I'm just oh man.
Okay. All right, Xander. Roll me another Constitution. 15's to beat.
10.
Okay. So almost there. It's gonna be. I'm gonna set it to 12 next time. Next time we check.
Okay.
Because it's been a little bit of time. You're slowly starting to compose yourself, but I would say that you're still kind of freaking out, but the world is. You're not so tunnel visioned, I would like to say.
Yeah.
There's no real people around anymore, so
exactly.
It's kind of coming down,
So you're slowly coming down.
Yeah.
So for Harold, he is making his way through some of the lockers. Looks through some shorts that are on the floor.
Is he going for underwear to steal?
Nice.
I mean, then he'll be in the girl section, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Or
maybe.
Or
Why is he so angry?
Oh, jeez.
Why is he always trying to declothe someone?
Is that a coincidence?
Stay tuned.
So he's going through, and he roots through some stuff. I'm gonna roll a perception for him to see if he notices that you're in the bathroom. But he is going through some things. He is making sure that I think he just finds some pocket change. He finds $1 and some change. Puts it in his pocket. And this is his perception. He rolled a 6, so he doesn't notice anything. But I would say he's about halfway through the locker rooms right now, making his way towards the bathroom area.
Okay.
All right. Rhys,
Uh,
how is your nose? Let's roll that Constitution.
Six.
Not good.
It's not. No.
It's not good.
It's so much blood.
All right.
I'm starting to fill the toilet, and I'm gonna clog this if I don't flush soon.
So you are going to flush.
I mean, I'm gonna have to eventually.
Oh, jeez.
do you have to?
Okay.
It's true. I could just clog the toilet and say, screw that janitor. Is his problem now?
You ratted this out.
Yeah. He sided with Harold, kind of.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, it looked pretty bad.
It looked pretty bad, but at the same time, where'd that knife go?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still very skeptical of that janitor.
Xander, roll me another Constitution. Let's be 12.
15.
Okay, thank God. Okay. So Xander, tell me how you rouse yourself from this.
Slowly, like, I'm just looking at the ground, just trying to take some, like, deep breaths, and just slowly, like, and I look around. I finally, like, look up to see that no one's in the gym.
Thankfully for you.
Yeah, thankfully, I'm like, oh, thank you. Where's Rhys?
Do you say that?
Yeah.
You say where's Rhys?
Yes.
Okay. Let's roll a perception for Harold.
In the middle of the gym? I don't say, where's Rhys? I just go, where's Rhys?
Well, I mean, he rolled a 4 anyway. He didn't.
Okay.
I'm just saying, because like the doors are all kind of propped open type of thing.
Oh,
'Cause,
okay.
like kids were literally just in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And it'd be
Okay.
echoey. in
Yeah,
there.
it's
I
echoey.
guess.
So okay. So you say where's Rhys? What do you do?
And then I assume he's. Well, I mean, I don't have pants.
Do you know that his nose is all bloody?
I was there.
You were
He-
there,
he-
but did you see it?
He was walking away to tell the gym teacher when he had his anxiety attack.
So I don't. Did you
So it was
see-
kind of after everything.
Well, regardless, I'm pantsless, and my
Yeah.
clothes are in the locker room, so I go to the locker room.
He does have to go to the locker room because it was his gym shorts that got cut, not his actual pants for the day.
Yeah, so I go back to the locker room.
Okay.
You got lucky
So
there.
how the locker room is that so the locker so there's the door to go into the locker room, right? It's gonna be we're gonna say that there's 2 corridors of lockers, like lining the middle. So that way there's multiple ways to go through it. Harold made his way on the side closest to the doorway of the gym, and he's made his way down, and he's going up towards the side where the bathroom is, where you are. Okay, so Julian just enters. You just go in.
I don't just enter.
Oh yeah, you're right. Does Xander just go in?
Yeah.
Jeez, I have to fix that.
Oh,
That's
gosh.
really bad. Okay, so you just go in. So Harold immediately turns around and goes, "What do we have here?" And he goes out, and because he knows you're basically still only here. Like if
Yeah.
anyone was gonna be here, it would be the kid that's having a panic attack. So he goes in, and he sees you. And let me roll an intimidation. I think he's just trying to get you out of here.
Okay.
Because it's one extra person that will like rat on him for him trying to steal stuff from the gym.
Yeah.
So what's intimidation?
Also, for all of his laziness, the gym teacher is still fairly close.
Yes, actually true. So it'll be strength for the intimidation. Hold on 1 second.
There's no noise of a basketball game to hide anything anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So he rolls a non-natural 20 for intimidation.
Okay.
So he goes, "Xander, what are you doing here?"
I just want my pants.
So you're intimidated.
I just want my pants.
There you go.
I want pants.
Let's go with Harold. He like sees you up and down. He just starts laughing at you.
I'm picturing a Nelson Muntz.
Yeah. So we'll cut to Rhys. You hear him laughing. So what do? You actually, I don't know if you hear Julian too.
Mm-hmm. I just hear, "What are you doing here?" and a laughing.
Yeah.
But I can tell it's kind of Harold's voice, maybe.
Yeah. That is, if you want, you could also roll a perception for that, just because to see how focused you are at like stopping.
First, let me see how the nose is doing.
Yeah,
again.
let's do that.
Let's do that.
I'll say if you fail this time and you don't beat that 12, you're starting to feel faint.
I'm starting to feel faint.
Oh, great.
I'm at an 8.
Okay, great. So you are starting to feel faint. Let's go and take away an HP from you.
Okay, that puts me at 3.
Yes, because you're dying.
Yeah. I've had much blood loss today.
Okay. And then let's roll that perception. Let's do this at a disadvantage because you're slowly like dying.
That was a 4 on the first roll.
Okay.
And the second one was a 13.
Okay, so it was a 4. So yeah, you don't really notice what's going on.
I'm just like.
Okay, so we'll cut back to Harold and Xander. So Harold's basically like, what he's basically doing is that he's just following you and like rattling the cages on your way to get your pants.
Okay.
Is there anything you do?
I just look over at him and just keep walking, trying to get to my locker so I can just get some pants on.
I'm gonna faint in a bathroom stall and no one's gonna know I'm in there.
Sorry.
I've been holding in a burp for so long.
Burp.
So, let's say that Harold is gonna shake you down for whatever you got because he knows you got money.
No, I don't. I have no pants on. I have nothing on me.
Yeah, but your bag.
I'm not.
Where your stuff is.
Am I even there?
Huh?
I mean, we're getting your pants out of the locker.
Yeah, like
I was walking towards the locker. Am I even at the locker?
Are you at the locker? Like, what
I'm
do you?
asking you. You told me that we were.
You know, like he's just following you on your way over, just like you know, jeering and making fun of you and being like,
Okay.
See your butt.
yeah, just normal bully stuff. Like,
okay. So I guess I'm at the locker.
you're at the locker. Okay, so he slams. So I'll say like you're about to open your locker and you get it unlocked, and he slams the locker shut, and he's like, "All right, Xander, give it up. All the cash you got, give it to me."
Let's say, all right, let me just get my pants on. Can I get my pants on? Are my pants now on?
No, well, I mean, he's like, "All right, I'll allow it."
All right, so I get my pants
Do
on.
it real slow.
Alright, so I get my pants on, and I say, alright, fine, if you want it, go ahead. You get it. It's in my locker.
Okay. So he goes for the locker. Is there anything that you do after that?
Is he, like...
He has the locker
I
open.
slam the locker in.
So you push him in, you slam the locker in.
I slammed the locker, like, while he's in there.
Okay, so what I need you to do is roll a strength to see if you could do this.
Alright. 19. Oh, wait. 20.
Wow.
It was a surprise. He wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, it was definitely by surprise. You successfully push him into the locker. I need you to roll a dexterity to see if you could... Because the strength was for the push. The dexterity roll right now is to see if you will actually physically succeed in...
How fast he closed it.
Yeah, like how fast you could lock the lock. Because he can still open. He can still push it and open it right now. It's your dexterity to see if you could roll the lock mechanism on it to actually physically lock it in.
Okay.
Oh, man.
14.
14? I would say that you did. I'd say you successfully managed it. So do you get your stuff at all, or you just have your pants? You just have your pants on, and that's all you have on it.
Well, my pants had my wallet.
But your book bag and everything is in
You know,
there.
but like your books and yeah, you don't care about that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So and there's nothing in there besides like school stuff.
Yeah, just like textbooks.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna see if Harold's strengths open the door.
Dang.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to, honestly.
What's
I'm
the AC
doing
on a
this at a
locker?
disadvantage. I don't think he's going to, but I'm doing this at a disadvantage just to see if he can even. Versus a 13. Oh, there's a 10. 10 plus 3 is 13. Yeah, I know he doesn't get through. Locker's pretty strong, so he just bangs on it and goes, "Xander, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you and then bang your mom."
I meet eyes with him through the little slits, and go, "Get bent, Harold," and I walk off.
Let's go back to Rhys. Can you roll me perception to see if you hear any of this happening? Also,
Perception
check
or Constitution?
Can we blood check really quick?
Yeah, bloody check. Oh, 14.
Can we nose check?
Oh, is that enough?
Okay.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Rhys successfully staunched your bloody nose.
The biggest battle of the game.
Because if you're gonna fail this one, I was gonna increase the amount of health you lose by 1 until you pass out.
Am I still at disadvantage also? Should I roll this again? I am still woozy.
Yes, I would say disadvantage.
Okay.
You have to be 12.
Nat 20.
Okay.
So
Okay,
the
so
other
we take the
the other one
natural.
is-
So
yeah.
so you staunch your bloody nose. You do it. You like you didn't lose as much blood as you thought. Because like the first like reaction for your body when it loses up that amount of blood is that it freaks out kind of.
Yeah.
So you staunch your bloody nose. You realize that you haven't lost that much blood. It just looks really bad.
Yeah. The amount of tissues that have blood on them is more.
It is, yeah. And then you also like while you're like trying to feel around, you feel around your nose. Your nose is not broken. Everything's fine. Your mouth is a little cut up though because it wasn't elbow to your face. It didn't necessarily just hit your nose, but you're fine. You are fully able and capable. I would say because you're nat 20, you did hear what was going on.
Okay.
So that kind of like you knew you had to calm down to stop, your heartbeat from beating so fast because you could hear like the banging and all that stuff happening.
Every locker room.
Yeah,
like,
and you know it's him. You know it's Harold because like everyone at the school basically knows
if
that
you leave anything there, Harold's taking
exactly.
it.
If you leave your shit in the gym or if you leave your stuff lying around, Harold is gonna take it.
Yeah.
And no one's scared. No one's man enough to go and actually like confront him about it, except for Xander for some reason. I think it's because he said he was going to bang your mom.
Yes.
That's his trigger.
so, Rhys, what do you do?
I realized that the bleeding stopped. There's been less and less on each piece of paper. I'm still a little woozy, but I kind of just slowly open the bathroom stall door. Kind of like slowly open the bathroom door to see like where Harold is, kind of, because I didn't really hear anything that Xander was doing, right? I just heard that Harold was in the room.
Yes, and you heard just banging, and basically like Harold was the one screaming the whole time.
Yeah.
Xander was the one that wasn't talking that loud.
I would hear him yell, "Xander, I'm gonna kill you," at the same time.
Yes, so you do know he's here. So would you say anything on the way out?
I don't say anything, but I leave the bathroom a bit quicker just to like see what's happening, to see if like he's like on him or something.
Xander, are you still in the room?
Yeah.
Have you left yet? Okay.
No, well, because like I'm assuming, because usually we go eat together, so we don't like separate. It's like, oh, we wait for each other.
Like traditionally, you
yeah.
So whenever you guys were last, that's kind of where you stick around. Type of
yeah.
thing.
So then, since we were there and he wasn't outside, I'm still kind of in the locker room, going like, "Are you here?"
So Xander, you see Rhys poke his head out of the bathroom door.
Oh, hey, you good?
I guess.
you didn't wipe all of it off, right? Or there's like blood stain.
Yeah, your shirt screwed up.
Yeah, my gym shirt would have like some blood on it. Like I'm gonna have to take it home. And probably wash it.
Are you going to change?
First I'm gonna like try to figure out the situation because probably Harold's banging on the locker and and I just see Xander just kind of standing in front of the locker Harold's banging at, and I'm like, "Isn't that your locker?"
Yeah.
Aren't you gonna have to open that?
I'm gonna kill you! I swear I'm gonna kill all of you!
No, that's fine.
Okay. And then I'm gonna kind of like just kind of lean on the lockers a little bit, walk over to my locker. I'm gonna start just kind of slowly changing.
I turn around.
Yeah, he doesn't want to look at me.
Harold does not turn around.
Oh, okay.
He has full view and he's hidden. He's enjoying it.
Hey, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna bang you.
I'm gonna bang your.
It rolls to a slow rattle.
So I'm changing. I'm just like, what just happened in here?
I mean, I pushed him in my locker. That's it.
Okay. You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Let's get out of here, I guess.
Alright.
We'll worry about that later.
Do you have any extra lunch money? My lunch was in my locker, and he's probably eating it now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, thanks.
You hear chewing and crunching.
Your mom makes good sandwiches.
So I'm gonna say, he's able to actually open. I'm trying to see. Like, is he? He is able to open locked doors.
Okay.
So,
But I mean, are we already out at this point?
well, I'm gonna roll this before you guys leave. So
Okay.
like while you guys are talking,
Okay.
this is what he's trying to do.
Okay.
Huh. 18.
Oh, gosh.
He successfully manages to fling the thing open. So
Okay.
what do you guys do when so basically when you said my lunch is in my locker, he's probably eating it. The locker door swings open, causes this huge crash and bang. Let's go see if Mr.
Yeah.
Gillian
Can
is
he
aware.
hear any of
Yeah,
that?
let's go see if Mr. Gillian's aware. Natural 20. Mr.
Okay.
Gillian, at that moment, because he's been hearing banging and stuff, he did call the... He was just like, I don't know what's going on, so he just called the groundskeeper.
Hmm.
The groundskeeper is on his way, so, and
Not again.
he opens
That's
the
okay.
door to lockers, and he's like, what's going on here? So Harold, freshly out of the locker, he was like, these dweebs locked me in their locker.
I look at Rhys's shirt and I kind of like nudge him.
Like,
What are you all doing here?
I'm stuffing it in my backpack.
It's
trying to-
lunch.
Did you already change your shirt?
I've already
Yeah, he
changed
already-
everything.
Oh.
I've already taken everything off.
Oh, for
Yeah. I was stuffing it to hide it.
You have the option to show.
I do, but at the same time,
These big decisions.
it's a big decision. I'm gonna say I stuff it into my backpack and just kind of keep it a secret.
Okay, so Mr. Gillian doesn't care. So there's, I need an explanation of what's going on here. It's already lunch. You guys are supposed to be here. Why do you, like, it looks like you just had a bloody nose, son. What happened?
Yeah.
Because it's obvious. It's
Yeah.
super obvious that you've been, like, bleeding.
Yeah, I had a bloody nose. It's already taken care of. It happened earlier. I'm okay.
All right, get out of here. And that's all you guys go.
okay.
So where do you guys go?
We have something to eat.
I'm gonna say we speed walk away
Yeah.
back to the science room
Yeah.
with cool Mr. Science Teacher Man.
Okay. All right. So you guys successfully got away. Let's encounter. More bad things were gonna happen.
Okay.
if it went any worse than it did.
Yeah, I assumed.
So you guys are in your science thing for lunch. What do you guys do to prepare for the rest of your school day? Oh, also, you guys could heal each other for 1d4. So you could add that to your healths.
Perfect.
I'm back up to 5 out of 9. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, and your cool science teacher. I don't even remember what voice I used for him.
I don't remember his name.
For Mr. Conduit.
Mr.
Conduit.
Conduit. Yeah. It was a cool name. I just couldn't remember it.
Hey boys, what's up? You guys are a little late today.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Whoa, Rhys, are you okay?
I'm getting there.
What happened?
Long story, long gym class.
So, and then I proceed to tell him the rest of the story, like, really fast.
So we are going to go and decide our grades. Let's go ahead and roll me your d20 for, let's say, intelligence. Add your intelligence modifier to it just to see how good you do on this test.
It was a 14.
It was 14? Okay, so you do decently well on this test. Let's go ahead and...
Pass.
With blood loss.
Oh yeah, roll
Yeah, disadvantage, I would say. That was partially a reminder. 11.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Get that C.
I don't want to use this app because it sucks. So let's fill up this dead air with stuff. All right. Okay, Rhys.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know the answer.
Hey, man.
That was not a class I paid attention.
So this is a 1620 document written by the Pilgrims, in which they agreed to accept majority rule and participate in a government that held the best interests of all members of the colony. What is that?
The Pilgrims. It's a 1620 document written by the Pilgrims in which they agreed to accept majority rule and participate in a government that held the best interests of all members of the colony. So we have A, the House of Burgesses, B, the direct democracy, C, the Mayflower Compact, or D, colonization.
If only we were in the same class.
I'm gonna say C.
It's the Mayflower Compact.
That was C, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yes. Congratulations.
I was gonna be like, wait, what?
You still have an A in class.
Oh, dude.
All right, so Xander.
Like
Oh,
I said,
no.
you're doing all the strange things and I'm doing all the smart things.
Roll me that intelligence.
Let's go, baby. 14.
14.
14.
Okay. Alright, let's go and do this.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh, jeez, I'm not going to get you to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, mine was actually
Can I have a
fairly
calculator?
easy.
That was pretty easy.
Yeah. I was worried at the start, but as soon as you said it, I knew. I know they didn't sign colonialization.
They didn't sign that. Okay.
Oh no. Wait, scratch paper. What?
Oh yeah, you have math, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Oh, you want me to give you the actual math?
No. No, please.
Definition.
Oh, okay.
What is the hypotenuse of a right triangle? What is the hypotenuse of a right triangle?
It's multiple choice.
Hmm?
It's multiple choice.
Yes, there's 3 choices.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I was also really hoping for that on mine. I was really happy.
So for a right it's a right triangle.
Yes.
So it's one is either the A or B sides or it's the long C side. What is
Hypotenuse?
yeah, what's the hypotenuse?
It's the diagonal.
Yes,
side.
correct.
Yes!
It's the C side.
I'm smart.
You have an A in math.
Yes. Okay.
What?
No, that was my pose when it cut.
Oh.
What?
And also, water cup.
What?
Oh.
Alright, so
Welcome back from our totally intentional break
Yeah.
we just had.
It was very,
yes.
it was very intentional. We just, wanted water.
Super intentional. So Xander just aced his math test.
Heck yeah.
Both Rhys and Xander.
Wait. Did I? Oh, what class did I have like a lower grade in?
You have a B in history and a B in PE.
Okay, so math was already.
So it is your last period. What do you guys do in your respective? Welcome to band.
I have a band.
You play the tuba,
The souls are full.
and
And
then
typing.
you're typing.
Yeah.
Anything weird happen?
What was typing class in the late 80s?
Same thing, just on a typewriter.
I had computers. It was very expensive, but yeah.
Barely.
Okay, so let's go ahead and okay, fine. Xander, roll for intelligence.
Intelligence?
Yes.
You gonna make me take the typing test somewhere?
Yes, I am.
Intelligence?
Yes.
I'll have you know it's 50
Intelligence
60.
is smarts and wit. Yes, it has
Not wisdom?
Band.
for band.
That would be dexterity. if anything.
17?
17.
Okay, how many counts?
Well, I remember, even though I play, I don't remember technically. So.
How many count? So a whole note is worth how many counts?
One count.
A whole note is
Oh,
worth
4 counts.
how many counts?
4 counts.
4 counts. Congratulations,
Thank
yourself
you.
in band.
I'm not good at the definitions of stuff. I just know
Well-
if I see it.
Well, that's
I know
what we're
it is.
doing. That's what we're doing today.
Fine then.
I mean, that's what you're doing every day.
I can read it, but I can't read it.
Okay, all right. So we're going over to Rhys. Roll your your intelligence.
Oh, yeah, that's a quarter as well.
17.
17. All right. So I'm gonna give you an easy one.
What does the space bar do?
That's pretty easy. Okay, so the where you put your fingers, where the little nubs are, an ASDF and JKL semicolon. What is that called?
It's
Wait. My.
Are you also stopped for some weird reason?
Yeah, it's.
Is there a maximum?
Oh no. No, it's.
What?
Pinwheel of Death. I don't know if it's gonna.
Oh jeez.
Oh, you're freezing?
This is what I was afraid of.
I mean, the computer's still going. It looks like I can see my recording moving.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's just slowing down because there's so what it does is that it condenses the whole thing. So you're fine.
No, I just want to make sure because
It's going.
I wasn't sure if it stopped and it was
Oh no, it's going. It's going. It's just visually it's not keeping up just because.
No, if it spins like that, it's like the.
It's okay.
That means it's frozen.
It's frozen. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Okay, we're good. Sorry.
Okay, so Rhys. So when you put your fingers down on ASD.
Yeah.
F? No, wait.
It's
W.
ASDF.
Yeah.
ASDF.
ASDF and JKL semicolon.
Right?
I already passed.
What is that called?
It's the home keys, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Home keys of the homeroom. Congratulations.
Yeah.
You guys get full marks for the day. The bell rings. You guys get out of 6th period. It's now, let's say 1:30. What you guys do?
Meet up like usual.
We're walking home together until our ways separate on the street.
So you guys separate, go to your respective houses, or are you guys hanging out?
What day is it today?
Today is the 13th still, which is a Tuesday?
I think it'd be Tuesday.
I think it's a Tuesday.
I think we already had Monday.
Is it?
Yeah, I should probably put the days on here. That would help, right?
Then. No, just go home.
Yeah, just go to our separate houses. It's been a long day. A lot of stuff happened. We just kind of want to relax. I have to.
That is a Tuesday.
I'm gonna say I go home and try to secretly wash my gym shirt.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and who's home? Typically, at the time you get home.
It'd be the grandparents because the parents are still working. Because it'd still be like 2 o'clock.
So I need you to roll. Let's say, yeah, I need you to roll. You have to be sneaky, so let's roll a dexterity to see if they notice or not.
12.
12. All right, you successfully get through your room. Do you throw your stuff in the do you just stuff it in your existing laundry, or do you actually do laundry?
I actually do the laundry. I'll like go in my room. I'll get like a pile of the stuff that was just on the floor, and then just like wash my clothes.
All right. And then your veteran grandfather is at his spot as he always is, on his sofa armchair listening to the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And then your grandma, is in the kitchen.
Baking or something.
Yeah, doing something. All right, Xander, you go home. Miss Morales is not home yet, but she will be at around 3 o'clock when her work day is over. Mm-hmm. What do you do?
I immediately get some homework, try to finish it, and then get some video.
Okay. Can both of you roll me a perception check?
16.
2.
Oh.
Okay, so before you switch the channel over to channel 3 or channel 2, which one is it to turn on video games?
Oh, 3.
3? Okay.
Three,
Okay.
for sure.
So before you get to 3, it's on channel 5, and the news pops up.
Okay.
And the news is popping up. You see your mom. Go hi, mom. And she's reporting on it is the weather, and she's reporting of a heat wave coming in, which is weird. Or it's like at the end of September, so like summer is like
it's ending. It's nearing its end. So there's the one last heat wave of the season, and then her newsreel cuts, and then it goes to the next story. And the next story is, because I remember the earlier today, you guys both heard in the morning about the fire department and they're like showing up in the middle of Grapefruit. So there's more developments on the story on your end, and then it's basically saying tonight on the grapefruit fire. So basically, what happened was the grapefruit had a small fire that was outside of the house. Did I say this last time?
You said that it was expected arson.
It was
suspect.
It was suspected arson because it was outside. They found like gas cans and stuff outside. So they looked further into it, and when they actually dug around, like because it burned like all the spot besides like one spot in the center. Yeah. And they dug into the center and they found a dog's corpse, like actually freshly like dead dog corpse, and actually yes, cooked because it's. But so the coroners like looked at it. And they basically said, oh, like this dog died, and then the fire. Like this dog was killed, and then the fire happened. Oh, really? That was the development for the day. Okay. Do you relay? What do you do for the rest of your day? Do you relay any of this information to Rhys?
Not right now. But my video games.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe later on.
He hears the news, sees his mom on TV, says hi, mom. Apparently.
I don't say hi, mom. I just see her and go, oh. That's cool. Oh, she's almost done. Because like that's her segment at the end.
Yeah.
And just go, okay, she'll be home soon.
Yeah. What do you play? Oh yeah, what games? Oh wait, did we describe your room yet?
He described his room.
We described your room. So what do you figure?
I mean, I have a.
And remember the last time we
have the Genesis, right?
Yeah. I was about to say we were describing his room. While we were describing your room, you also totally so for us in our playthrough, we totally have actual real games. Yes. But we also have fake ones. Yeah. Just like we have actual for reals comics, and then we also have fake ones.
Yeah. It's just whatever. Yeah. Everything's up in the air in terms of that, I guess. But yeah. So I just look through my collection of video games, and I pull out
Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest came out in 87, Zelda 2
I play that.
Came out in 87.
I play Castlevania
2 Simon's Quest.
Yes.
The bad one.
Yes.
Alright.
I don't know it's the bad one.
But do you like it?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know it's bad. Do you like it? Yeah, I like it.
So I love it. Confirms Xander liked Dark Souls before Dark Souls was Dark Souls.
Oh man.
Hold on, let me write down.
Let me write down these important things.
I like bad games.
Wait, are you even playing your video game right now?
No, we were just going through it. Space Harrier 2, 1988.
Oh, hey, there you go. That's good. That's a good game. That's actually.
Ghouls and Ghosts.
Did that come out?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're playing that instead of Guiding.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. So the day ends, not uneventfully. The day was pretty eventful, but the day ended for you guys pretty uneventfully, like pretty normally. I'll say you guys go to sleep, you get your full health back, everyone gets an EXP for the day, which puts everyone at 5, which means that we all level up.
Cool.
So that means, do you want to keep on recording us like putting in the EXP points and all that, or do you want to just cut?